1990 Ford Mustang LX 5-liter. Removed the mechanical fan and installed a 1-core aluminum radiator, which I got from O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and a Lincoln electrical fan. Mark 8 electrical fan. I had to trim it about a ½ inch and modify the brackets to mount it, which I got the supplies from Lowe's, but you can also get the same stock from Home Depot. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it on a 88 model. My fan controller sits behind my battery, and it's a DCC Delta current controller. Works pretty good. Cuts the fan on when it gets to a set temperature, and cuts it off. The sensor that controls it is actually screwed into my radiator down here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like a bolt. I work with Brian Baskin at DCC, and I'm sorry guys, I can't seem to get a good focus on it, but he designed one that screws into the radiator. Normally where you would screw in your transmission lines, well, if you're running a manual transmission, you don't have anything to screw in there, so we use a sensor. I don't know how clear you guys can see this, but with the 1-core, there's plenty of room between the water pump snout and the fan motor. What I'm going to attempt to do is install one same type of electric fan on a factory radiator. Okay, here's the 88 5-liter. Everything's stock. I'm going to pull everything out and put the other setup in. We'll see how it works. When doing a electric fan install, you definitely want to upgrade your alternator. You can look on the internet and find a company called PA Performance, in which you can get the alternator, or go to your local salvage yard. And there's a heavy duty cable you want to get. I don't know if you guys can see it here, but it mounts on the solenoid there, and I ran it across the front of the radiator support. It's wrapped up in my wire loom, and it goes to the back of the alternator. You can see it right there. I can't remember the output on my alternators. I think they're like 140 or 160. Might be 130. But you definitely need it in order to power the electric fan. Took the bolts out of the mechanical fan, and I ran them back in. Once I took the mechanical fan off, I just turn around and put these bolts right back in. Now I'm going to show you the electric fan that I have and the other factory radiator. This is the factory mechanical fan. Factory fan shroud. And this is the setup that I'm putting in. What we have here is a factory radiator, the Mark 8 electric fan, and the factory water bottle, coolant bottle. I used some epoxy and reinforced it where it had cracked in those two spots. Went to Ace Hardware and got that material, and got a couple of nut plates from Ace Hardware. Cut a hole just big enough to slide the nut plate in to make it look factory, and then I got the appropriate bolts to bolt it right in, so it's on there pretty solid. Went to Lowe's and got some aluminum stock and measured and cut what I needed and riveted in on the bottom of the fan shroud, and did the same thing on top. Okay, I'm gonna lay it down for you guys. This is how I modified it on the bottom. I took the stock and a Dremel tool and marked and measured and just cut me a hole in the aluminum stock, and got the rivets from Northern Tools, and I just riveted this piece on the bottom. Did it on both sides, rivet it in. All that's left to do now, if I so choose, is to paint it black to make it look factory. So I also had to trim the fan shroud all the way around 1/2 inch. Hold on for a second. Let me show you guys what I did. Here's another Mark 8 electric fan. And normally it's about this wide before you cut it. And I also cut these tabs off on both sides of the fan. Using a hacksaw, or you can use a cutoff wheel. Cutoff wheel works pretty good. And I took this area and smoothed it down using a grinding wheel. And I did the same to this side. Made it look like this here. You can see the difference in the thickness. I can't get the whole picture there, but anyway, I cut 1/2 inch. I took some masking tape and masked it all the way around. And you can use a keyhole saw with the right blade on it, or a cutoff wheel work real good. You can purchase those at any of your hardware stores. Slap it on your grinding wheel. Cut it all the way around. And then I got some of this door trimming that you put on a car door, carry it all the way around. And we're gonna paint it. Painted it black after I grind the edge down and smoothed it. Gonna put it in the car and see what it looks like, guys.